At the Doxy Fine Arts Building on the campus of Rusk College in Holly Springs, Mississippi, the director of the choir, Miss Dorothy Lee Jones, talks to her singers about their last performance.
Threading them, throw out the window, but it was really good. The compliments that came from the concert group, they said they sound good. Dr. Tyler said we sound better Sunday than we did Christmas. Last week we had 6 performances. And so this week was a week where we needed to deal with sectionals. You gotta be able to evaluate yourself. Ready? That's almost, it's like.
Practice makes perfect, especially when you're upholding a tradition of a college and a choir. Rusk College is a historically black co-educational liberal arts college founded in 1866 by the Freedmen's Aid Society of the Methodist Episcopal Church in Holly Springs, Mississippi. It is the oldest of the 11 historically black colleges and universities, the second oldest private college in Mississippi, and one of the 5 remaining historically black colleges in America founded before 1867.
And Reverend Moses Adams said, yes, we will build a church, but we will also build a school. So out of that, Rusk College was founded in what is now Asbury United Methodist Church. It was the Asbury Episcopal Church at the time, Methodist Episcopal. And they started with students as young as 8 years old and, on up as old as 80 or so. But out of that is how Rusk came about.
The Rusk College a cappella choir, under the direction of Dorothy Lee Jones, is one of America's most renowned choirs, which features a broad repertoire of classical, semi-classical, spirituals, opera, contemporary, and traditional gospel. Originally founded in 1936 by the late Miss Natalie Doxy, the purpose of the choir was and still is to serve as a public relations entity to help spread the good news regarding Rusk College.
The purpose from doing my research with the a cappella choir has been yes, they served as ambassadors, but they also helped carry on the financial means of this institution. When Ms. Doxy and the well-renowned Rusk College a cappella choir went out to do concerts, the honorarium was actually counted and mailed back to the institution to pay instructors, staff members, and also to feed students.
The choir really serves as an ambassador for the college. It's a great public relations tool. People, all over the country know Rusk College in many aspects because of the choir.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Tighten up. Okay.
Ms. Dorothy Lee Jones is fairly new as the choir director at Rusk College. This is only her second year as the director of the world-renowned Rusk College a cappella choir.
To be offered the job was, it was just spectacular. It was the same feeling that I felt when I shook hands with Bill Clinton and he actually hugged me. That was that type of feeling. The only thing I could feel was like, this had to be of God, and if my mother could see me now, if she could just see the seed that she planted.
Well, I was one of the people that made it an easy transition because I kept an open mind and a positive attitude toward what the new choir director was bringing. So with that being said, a lot of things that she said probably didn't make sense to me at the beginning, but with me, with my open mind and positive attitude, I went with things and was able to get things accomplished. Those who didn't and fought the transition, they ended up off the ship.
Well, one thing I knew was that on the high school level, I had young boys and girls. And on the collegiate level, I had to be prepared that I was going to meet and interact with grown men and grown women. And so that was one difference, of course. That was an obvious difference. The second difference was On the high school level, middle school level, I prepared students to reach their high school choir director. Well, not knowing I would be the high school choir director, I had prepared them for that level. On the high school level, I wanted my students to be prepared on the collegiate level. And so coming here, yes, I had my own ideas, but I had great seniors like yourself, Shana Jones, that taught me the traditions of the a cappella choir. It was a teachable moment as well, because you, of course, as graduating seniors in the a cappella choir, had spent 4 years, 4 dedicated years of traveling, embracing the tradition, knowing all of the spots, knowing all of our concert venues, and to describe to me what we were walking into. And so I had to pray, and I asked God for humility, and I asked God to just teach me and guide me the way He wanted to guide me. And so I think because of you and Shana, and I've told these students many times, because of the graduating seniors that I had last year and the supportive juniors such as Jalinda Scott, it was an easy transition. You made my transition easy. Yes, I had my plans as far as music was concerned. And of course, we want to keep the historical music legacy of this choir. We didn't want to taint it because it travels as far back as the time of Leontine Price. So of course, we did not want to taint this. So
Just because this is only Miss Jones' second year as the choir director at Rust College does not mean that she is well prepared for the job.
The past program I was with the Green Public School District, whereas we were actually started off with a group of low socioeconomic students. I started off on the middle school level. We went 2 years, and from their success, rolled a big enthusiastic approach to core music education from our superintendent. We took from a 15-voice choir into a 65-voice choir. And then later, that same year, they transported me to the high school. That was different. That was a big adjustment. In the high school level, we did many competitions, district, state, and regionals, as well as national competitions. The first one, we won, the women's ensemble won and the male ensemble won. However, the mixed choir came in second place. And from that point, they made all superiors on the national level to the success level of opening for Bill Clinton for the National School Board Association.
While Miss Jones goes over pieces with the women in the choir, Eucharius Fuller, a music major in the choir, practices with the men.
Ever since I was 5 years old, I've always been around music. From directing in the choir, from the first time I seen a piano at the age of 6, I had to learn how to play. So yes, music is what I really wanted to do for the majority of my life. I've always loved different sounds and how music is put together. I love being in front of people singing and directing, so music is what I've always wanted to do.
Eucharius Fuller is an ordained minister. He came to us as an ordained minister as a freshman. He had little experience, just like Naomi, as far as choral music is concerned, choral music education. But he just had a passion and a heart and a love for music. His purpose of coming here was to learn more about music. And he's actually, it seems as if he's stepping off into his ministry. He really wants to go into sacred music, which is great. Now, we've been talking, and I'm trying to prepare him for graduate school.
9 chords is a simple accompaniment. Okay, it's a
the choir.
It takes work being a music major, but most importantly, it takes work being a music major in the a cappella choir.
I help with warm-ups, teaching different people their parts, showing people different notes.
I have to say he's a major asset to this choir, and even in the bass section, he's a major asset to the choir. He knows some of these songs that are in our repertoire, so he's able to help out other members a part of the bass section.
He gets erratic, but once he plants his feet, stand tall, he's a force to be reckoned with.
The choir prepares for a performance at the college's visitation day right before their big performance on Sunday.
I must keep them interested in practice. And so every day is a day that we prepared for each of our concerts.
You perform as you practice, and practice makes perfect. Practicing is a major key to our performance and what we do.
We practice on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in the spring. In the fall, we practice Monday through Friday, 3 to 5, 4 to 5:30. And most of the time you come in and you feeling down and depressed, and you're wondering why are we practicing so much? But at the end, when you do hear folks saying, wow, you did a good job, and wow, y'all really sound good, and you show like you have so much discipline, it makes you feel good inside. It makes you feel like practice does really work. It really makes a difference.
I had sectional. If I knew it was somebody that didn't know their part, they would come. And they come right on with me. We'll meet up in the practice room. You understand? You've got to learn how to be leaders.
It isn't easy being a leader, or for that matter, being a leader in such a traditional choir. But Theophilus Walton, the president of the choir, holds his own.
President, my main goal is to make sure we all, the Royal Renowned Rusk College A Cappella Choir, is on one accord. If I know something, I pass the word on to others. So there wouldn't be no miscommunications, because a lot of times things within an organization can fall because of miscommunication or lack of communication.
Theo is one of the most important people in the choir, simply because Theo has a voice where he can sing second tenor and then jump from bass. So without Theo, then the choir really won't have that much help.
What I love about him is that he's dependable. You can he's pretty much like yourself. He's dependable. He has not missed a performance, sick, tired, regardless.
Theophilus is a very good leader. He showed me, he's a junior, so he showed me that he's able to hold down his academics, and especially in that grade level in college, and be an essential key to the bass section and effective with it. And so it showed me that you can still have a lot of things on your plate and be able to balance everything and be able to lead at the same time.
It also helps being used to singing at this type of level, a level that Mr. Walton is familiar with.
For a while, my tenure of high school choir, I was singing baritone as well as tenor. And my senior year, I was choir president of the entire Hollow Springs High School Superior Rated Ensemble.
His wealth of experience from coming from Ms. Anderson and being a part of Mr. Jones just brings a great amount of vocal talent to this organization. I keep it real with you. If I think that, I tell you right now, 100%, I just told you, including with Tyler, I said if I could just have 2 of every one of y'all, except one brain. Did I not?
After prepping for the performance on Visitation Day, the choir is now ready to hit the stage. has one more practice before they head to Jackson for their big performance.
Jackson, Mississippi, to a church called Anderson United Methodist Church. We have one performance at 3 o'clock today. Hope you all enjoy it.
As the choir makes their journey to Jackson, Mississippi for their performance, Ms. Jones holds a sectional with the men and Naomi.
She came in, and I went through her voice range, and I was like, oh my Lord, this is the you must be born again person.
For me to have a solo, to me, is an honor and a privilege, especially for this particular choir, because it is a legacy, and because that song has so much history behind it. It's an honor to be able to sing that and be asked to sing that.
Voice sounds so pure. When she sings, you can just feel the anointing of God.
The song is actually like one of our biggest pieces, and she's leading the song being a freshman. And because she's a freshman, leading that song, it makes it like she's setting the bar.
Being a soloist in the Rusk College a cappella choir isn't an easy task, especially when you're not used to singing this type of music.
People that I did know were the staff members and my roommate at the time. So it was very intimidating, and especially when I was going in there kind of like getting my feet wet in the choral music type of thing. So it was very intimidating.
She's so humble. She's so easy to work with. She has a 3.9 GPA, very dedicated, very appreciative, tactful, yet honest. If I need an answer concerning me, she's got to give me a good, tactful, honest answer.
After a 3-hour drive, the choir finally arrives at their destination and is ready for their performance.
Makeup is the last thing that we should have to what? Do. Because you are on the what? Let's go.
The choir warms up one more time before hitting the stage.
I present to some and introduce to others Rusk College renowned a cappella choir.
Leaders have to set their bar for the people coming behind them so they can know the proper placement of what they need to do to be better than the person before them. Not as good, but better. Courage, dedication, heart, and humbleness. Each of those combined makes you one of the best a cappella choir members you could ever be. minister unto the audience what we really portray, and that actually, it pushed me forward to continue doing what I do best, which is singing.
And angels found the sinner working hard there in the field, and said, hold on, believer, easy your right stand wheel. The chariots will swing on down that torn in from the road. The chariot's the place to lay your head. Oh, sweet, sweet down.
I received my degree. I actually want, my dream goal is to open up my own organization, my own music school organization, where I teach less fortunate kids how to play the piano, how to sing, how to dance. It's basically a fine art school.
Let me ride, oh, sweet, sweet down, chariot stop and let me ride, oh, rock me, Lord, come on easy, that's home on the other side. Oh, sweet, sweet down, chariot, and let me ride, sweet down, chariot.
This organization requires work beyond measures. You sometimes have 3 and 4 performances after practicing basically all week long, and then have to get up the next morning to go to class. It takes a lot of work.
One thing is to embrace the history. The other is to love the ministry. And I would say the most important thing is being dedicated.
Choir helps you for things in the long run. I can even see it now, me just being a freshman, finishing out my year in the 4th module. I have significantly changed the way I think, how I think, and what I do. Performance, it makes me feel like I still have a lot more work to do, but I'm seeing the fruits of my labor. And it makes me feel good, and it actually keeps me to continue on and push forward towards my other goals that I have, that I want to achieve, obtain in the choir. But it's a great feeling. That's why I can just say it's a very great feeling, especially when you sing and you touch people's hearts and you make them become very emotional. It means that, okay, what I'm doing here is not in vain. And what I'm doing here is for other people, not myself.